In our last piece on editing with special effects, we left you in a beautiful, clean little spot in that high desert of eastern Oregon where a town had been. Remember, this was how that happened. Let me show you what I mean. Here, look at this. At this point, we're entering a small town in southeastern Oregon called French Glen. Now, just sit back and watch what happens from here. This is amazing. Watch this, and say goodbye as French Glen returns to the sage. Drum roll, please. Poof, gone. Well, we decided to fill up the little meadow using some old buildings and barns and sheds and stuff scattered around Oregon. So Darcy and I climbed in the truck and headed off to find these buildings. The first ones we found were in the town of Hardman. Now, not a lot goes on in Hardman, and I think if I lived there, I'd sell t-shirts with the town's name on it and some kind of comment to tourists driving through. But anyhow, we looked around and we found a couple of buildings we thought would work. Good start. Then we checked out the P Ranch near Page Springs. And the first thing we found was the long barn. Now it's called a long barn for a good reason. It's a long barn. So Darcy and I decided we'd mosey down and check it out a little closer. This old buckboard here probably hasn't been used for 100 years, but it looks like it could be pulled out and put to work today. After looking at the barn, we kind of wandered around, and well, this here is a beef wheel and a hoist used to butcher and skin cattle back before the turn of the last century. This is the old cattle chute. Start the cattle down at the other end, head them up this chute into a buckboard wagon. A start of a bad day for the cattle. Okay, here's another old buckboard, and we may find a spot for this one, but I'm going to get on it and see if it fits me right.
Yeah!
We continued looking around the high desert, beautiful country, and then we found this old stone house. Perfect, we gotta have that one. Then, near the John Day River, we found this old barn. It's got a couple of no trespassing signs on it, but we can fix that. That should be enough, I think. All we gotta do is take our collection to French Glen and set it up. And that's what we did. The first thing was the long barn, and looks like it's been there forever. Then we put up the stone house, same thing, perfect. The buckboard, our John Day barn, there's the loading chute, and there's the Hardman barn. So what do you think of our efforts? How do we do it, you ask? Here's a couple of old geezers that don't have a Hollywood budget. We got a $300 camera and an editing program. So how did we do it? There's a section in the editing program called Paint, and we used that to put a green screen around all the buildings we wanted to display. Just start in one corner and paint. Pretty soon you got a green screen around the whole thing and you're ready to go. Yep, simple as that. But then Like memories in real life, the settlement just faded away. And pretty soon the town returned and all things were back to normal. I guess that's life. But it was nice for a while. There you have it. That's how we built a whole little community out in the desert where none existed. Okay. What?
Well, aren't you gonna tell everybody how you got rid of the junk and everything around the Hardman shack and then got rid of French Glen? I mean, don't you want to show people how you did that?
Sure. It's a good idea. Yeah, that was the first barn. That was the one we did with all the power lines and the trash around it. And I'll show you how we did that. And in fact, the way we did that is the same way we made the town of French Glen disappear. So we looked around and we found another building. This one is a house, also by Hardman. And I'll show you what we did here to fix the house. And that is how we did the first barn, and I'll elaborate a little at the end about how we made French Glen disappear. But for now, here's the house. Okay, here we are in Hardman, and this is the house that we're going to work on. The problem is this basketball hoop. I'm going to show you how we get rid of that. And it's simply a matter of picking a color. Okay. And a brush. And then going to work. Okay, we got part of the net gone. Okay, we got some of it removed, and now we got to hide the fact that we removed it. Watch. Then you go in, just finish up the grass a little bit, ruffle it up, and it looks like it's supposed to without a basketball hoop. And that's how you do it. And we got rid of the pallet. We didn't need that after all. We got rid of the little trailer too. And that's how you do it. You can just paint stuff out of the picture, and in fact, that's how we got rid of the whole town of French Glen. We just painted it out. If something needed to be painted in behind it, paint it in. And it looks real. Looks like a raggedy old house to me. Well, have you got anything to add? Well, you could at least take your hat off in the house, you old goat. Oh, goat, you old! Ah, special effects. Time-consuming and fun. Just what you need on a rainy day. I hope maybe you got something out here you didn't know before. I don't know about that. But maybe I left you with a little bit of a musical earworm. Enjoy that for the day.